Hello and welcome to this episode where my son Angus and I go on the Three Capes hike in Tasmania. Now this is located in the Tasman National Park, which is about an hour and a half out of Hobart. So you do have to get to Port Arthur where you actually start your journey. Day one involves a tour around the harbour area with Pennicott Tours, who will drop you off at Denham's Cove, and then a short hike to Surveyor's Hut for the night. Second day is a little bit longer and you will stop over at the Munro Hut, and on the third day you'll actually leave your backpacks there, hike out with just a bit of a day pack out to Cape Pillar, the Blade, and then head back. So it's pretty easy to do the walking on that day, and then you just pick up your backpack and head to Retakuna for the night. And on the fourth day you basically hike out to Cape Hoy into Fortescue Bay, where you can catch a bus back to Port Arthur. So the first part of your journey is actually spent at Port Arthur, where if you time it right you can have a good few hours having a look around at all the historical and convict buildings that are there. Now, depending what time you've actually booked your boat for the actual hike, you meet at the jetty and there's loads of other people with their backpacks, and the guys take you on a little bit of a tour around the coastline, past Point Pure Boys Prison, and onto some of the caves that they have there, explaining all the while the geographical formation of the rock, looking at cormorants, their nests and their breeding habits, and giving a bit of a geographical description of what's in store. We didn't see any whales or sea life that day, unfortunately, but it was a great way to sort of start off the journey. So the boat will actually park just off from the beach, lower the ramp, and you with your shoes off have to hike to the beach. Depends how deep it is at that particular time, but it wasn't that bad that day. And then once you're at the beach, dust off and dry your feet, put your shoes and socks on, and then start hiking.
For the most trifling offences, my companions are most abominable. Most abominable villains.
Oh, interesting. So Angus is actually reading from the Encounters on the Edge booklet that you get given at the beginning of your journey. In here you'll find lots of information about the various seats that have been made along the way, points of interest, historical facts, animals, native plants, geographical points of interest. So we're arriving at Surveyor's, which looks a bit more like an outback safari store hut, doesn't it, Angus? Now, the huts that they have built on this track are to be seen to be believed. The benefit of paying for this is the fact that you don't actually have to carry any of your cooking equipment. You obviously have to carry your own food. However, you don't need to carry pots, lighters, fuel, that sort of thing. You don't have to take your mat roll or even a tent. This is part of the self-guided experience, and it allows for only a certain number of people to leave or go on the track each day. So the huts have deck chairs, picnic tables, barbecues, they've got USB charging ports, they've got a fireplace in each of the kitchens if that's what you need, they've got games, books, information about various plants and animals as well. So they're a great place to meet people and have a chat about your day, but you certainly don't have to hang with the people who are on your hike. Day 2 of the hike starts along the coast. As you can see, it's a little bit overcast, so you do have to be prepared for all weather types. Even though this is summer, you do have to make sure you've got wet weather gear with you. At this stage, the walk is pretty easy. You can see it's relatively just a gravel track, so it's not too hard. You will come across some boardwalk and a few bridges as you get further along. Here we have a roadblock. Up some nicely formed steps. Bit of a lookout over there. Heavy breathing. Arthur's Peak. It's about 312 metres above sea level. You're overlooking the Port Arthur over to Crescent Bay, just that little bay hiding in there, and also the Mount Brown. In the distance is Cape Rowell. Jurassic Crack explains about the dolerite rock formations that we're walking along. This takes up about 2/3 of Tasmania's landmass. A bit cooler, mossier. Seat. Where the hell are we? We are in the middle of a heath, looking out over there. Tornado Ridge. 5 minutes up this little track. Here we go. Looking. There's some little wallabies. There he is. Up on Tornado Ridge, there's plenty of seating available where you can look over the Haynes Bight in front of you and enjoy a relaxing lunch break. At the entry to each hut, there is actually a boot washdown station. Oh, very rain foresty through here. A bit mossy, ferny. Coming into Munro huts. Oh, they look very fancy. Toilets down there. Over there. That's beautiful. Munro Hut, again, spectacularly set up. You can see deck chairs looking out at the view, which actually goes eastwards, so we're going to get the morning sun. This particular one, you're actually lucky. You've got a bit of a shower if you so wish. Looking out to Cape. Now the best part of day 3 when you actually go out to Cape Pillar is the fact that you can actually store your backpack, walk out with just the day pack early in the morning, head out, spend the day there, because you're literally just retracing your steps back to Munro. Down there, I can just see a glimpse of water. Simply spectacular views all along this coastline. You are quite close to the edge, so there are a lot of warning signs, but the day was just beautiful, and early morning you get the sunlight, gorgeous. Tasman Island, got a lighthouse out there and about 3 buildings. People used to live there, and you can actually see where they would dock the boat to get up the mound. Cape Wag. Okay, onwards and upwards. Seal Spa seats. There's the blade ahead. Finally, at the edge, you've reached Cape Pillar, where you can look back at Tasman Island. You can see the blade on the right. That's what we'll be going up a little bit later. Beautiful, clear day. Heading back along the peninsula so that we can go up the blade and then retrace our steps down to Munro. You can see the blade ahead of us. Walking up the blade, up this little peak and out to the water there. End of track. General warning. It is a bit steep. Caught you taking a photo. No idea. Here we are up on top of the blade. Boats out. Sightseeing maybe. It'd be amazing being on that island over there, that lighthouse, wouldn't it? From the peninsula, you head back to Munro, pick up your backpack and then head off to Reticuna, which is only about 1 hour away. Now we did spot, or actually Angus spotted a little echidna along the way. So he made me get off the track and try and get in there and do some videoing. Not the easiest animal once I've decided to try and hide to actually try and record. Looks like the kitchen area over there. Toilets up the back. Toilets are over there. So day 4, last day on the track, you set out from Reticuna and head up Mount Fortescue. Lots of steps, however they are really well formed and they have lots of resting points as you head out to Cape Boy. Pretty moss and ferns. Coming up to another little chair. It looks like a bug, doesn't it?
The underworld. I think it's supposed to be a bug.
Yeah, I think it is. I like cockatoos. This is a pretty little wonderland. Oh, nice and mossy, and it's flat. Look at this big big fern there. Oh, Angus, so you look like king of the jungle there. Is it? Oh, you can stay there. Pillars of the South. Coming up to Monument Lookout. Wow. Beautiful. As we walk over to the turn off point, see it up there. Just bushwalk. So we're now heading out to Cape Hoy. Got a little backpack on, taking the big one off. Angus says we're 45 minutes ahead of schedule. So the race is on, so we don't miss our bus.
Come on.
I'm coming. I'm just looking. You can see the big cape out there.
So nice, so lovely.
You can see the path out there. There are a lot of steps, isn't there? There's quite a big sort of heath walkway that you go through. Quite tall, but all the lovely, pretty heath flowers. So yes, you can walk out to Cape Hoy as a day trip from Fortescue Bay, and you will notice that it is quite a busy track because there are a lot of people who do decide to just do it as a one-day return hike. Cape pillar there, you can see the blade just sticking up the top there. If you zoom in, not the one at the end, the one that's sticking up right dead centre there. Down to Fortescue Bay. And that pretty much is the end of our 4-day hike along the Capes. Heading to Fortescue Bay, we wait out at the beach until we get the bus back to Port Arthur. And that was actually the last of our little hikes that we did in Tasmania. Until another time.